Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, guys. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Um, s- s- oh, okay. I guess I can. I can hear myself. Let's see. All righty. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, all righty. Cool. All right. You can hear me? All right, y'all. We're about to get this started. You see the title. Welcome in. Sister Sonia, Buffalo Wild Wings, Linda, April, greetings, greetings, greetings all. Welcome in. We about to get our spidey senses together because something just ain't right. And Spirit's been talking, and baby, I've been listening. And something ain't right with this whole Diddy trial. And we're going to talk about it. You guys see the title, Allie Carter, Op or Smoking Gun Witness to the Diddy case. That's what we're going to talk about. And if you guys are in the course, in the quantum telepathic healing and psychic development course, please go ahead and start with your automatic writing and let me know what it is that you find, because I believe that we can all tap into this. Now, I'm going to ask, we're going to safeguard ourselves because already, guys, I'm be honest with you, already I'm tasting this very, I don't even know what to call it, but I am tasting what I know to be an entity around. Anytime I have all the clairs, so I have clear tasting. So there is spirit present that is already starting to confirm some of my messages, okay? Now, I sat here for about 5 minutes, started getting some some crazy downloads, uploads, and to be honest with you, we're going to have to go deep. We might have to revisit the underground Hollywood children that I've been talking about for years. Hybrid children, even. We may have to revisit who Allie Carter truly is. And I'm here to say I'm not here to defame her or to anything. I am just here for source. We're just going to tap into what source wants us to know, because I am here to tell you that this trial is a massive distraction. And I've been saying this since this thing started. And even before, when I was channeling Kim and Kathy White, it's a huge distraction. Okay. Oh, April, please say a prayer for me and my family. My brother has passed. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, April. Good. Hey guys, let's go ahead and pray for April's family. April, how did he pass away? Was he was it a natural passing, or did someone do this? I'm kind of curious. Greetings. April, I am sending you love, light, infinite power to the highest capacity. And I am asking that source clear any negative thought forms so that you can remember who your brother is to you and why you guys had this soul relationship. I hope that you find the higher meaning of his passing, although I know it may be hard. And I just pray for clarity for you and your family and for peace. The clarity will give you the peace. Any unanswered questions, I pray that your soul finds that in a way where it can be at peace. Yeah. Cancer. Okay. But definitely my heart is going out to you and your family in this time. Thank you, guys. And I hope that you are replenished with light and spiritual substance from source. Thank you. Mish, Mish, thank you for reaching out, reaching me in this realm. Looking forward to understanding finally why I'm here on Earth. Yes, you're very welcome. Guys, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to put a shield of protection up because, like I said, I'm already tasting this very toxic taste, which is my sign for entity. See, guys, what you don't understand, I've already sit and meditated on the energy, or on the frequency rather. And so the frequency is being affected. Allie's frequency, I'm going to tell you where she is. Allie's frequency is being affected. There's also some interference with some, I'm going to be honest with you, they don't appear to be all the way human. Wherever she is, and I'm hearing being safeguarded for the future, there is some interaction with things that are not of this vibration, right? And I'm going to ask you guys to put a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. If you're not already, click on all notification bells. And if you've been unsubscribed, please resubscribe to the channel. Already, what happened was there was some interference. There was some interference. I had to turn my computer off, turn it back on. When I turned it back on, the number was 1144. It was exactly 1144, right? So we're already, we're getting into not only duality, but we're getting into mirroring, right? Let's hold that thought. We're getting into not only duality, but we're getting into mirroring. Source, I'm going to ask that you put a hedge of protection over me, over the viewers, and over the energy. Bringing in the divine sword of Archangel Michael, bringing in all of our guides, our ancestors that are of the highest divine light, putting up a shield of protection around me, around the viewers, around ourselves. And let's get ready for this divine meeting of the spirit minds today. There's so much to say, and I'm going to welcome in these energies only for the purpose of reading today. Okay, so we're going to start off with Allie, and I do believe that she would like to speak. Okay, so the first thing I want to say about Allie is that before I came on here, I saw an image of her early this morning, which is what prompted me to really, go ahead and say, okay, I need to do this today. I saw an image of her. Now, mind you, I saw triangle, right? Now, if you guys know, if you've been on this channel, when I tell you we live in a vortex, the vortex looks like a triangle. This is why they have to build the pyramids like a triangle, because these are really coordinates and ley lines to basically higher dimensions and higher realms, right? And this is how we have that higher level of communication. We live in a vortex, looks like a triangle, right? So on the right side, you have the ascending energy of, like, let's say the masculine part of God or source. On this side, on the right side, so the energy goes up, then the frequency starts, and the frequency is always in a descending status. This is why on the radio station, you can go to different stations. The frequency is always going down this part of the triangle or pyramid, right? This is how we're able to pick up those frequencies, is simply because it is descending into our sphere of awareness, right? So the frequencies are always descending, and we can equate this to the duality coin of the Christ, and maybe, you know, the polarity of that. Then on the bottom of the triangle, we have the number 9, which is the divine womb of creation, which is the female aspect of source, right? That some call the Holy Spirit, but this is actually the mother feminine presence, the womb of source, right? Of all creation. Now, where is Allie? Where's she at? Yes. This morning I saw Allie on the right side of the pyramid, right? This is also too, see, these people understand it. Why do you think they're always saying they're making that rock sound, but rock sign, but it's truly the pyramid, right? So this is where she was. If this is the triangle, I saw her here. This is the side where the frequency is. She was at the bottom, and she was tucked deep into this corner. So what this tells me is wherever Allie is, she has completely fallen in frequency. She appears to be in a dark place. I'm even hearing dark cell. Also, too, it's very interesting because when you get to the end of the descending frequency, which is where I saw her, it starts over again. That energy gets sucked back into the womb of creation, and it gets recycled and then put back out into the ascending energy that goes back up to fulfill the purpose of its creation, if that makes sense. You got to stay with me. We're going to build this thing because it's about to get deep. I had to set that up to let you guys know that we are dealing with forces. There's only 2 forces. There's good, evil, and then based off of this triangle, there is a pattern or a movement to recycle the energy back again. So there is a period where we can go from one energy to the next, and there is a cross point where there is at a moment neutrality, but in truth there's only 2 forces, good versus evil. Right now Allie is tucked away. She is totally, the frequency of Allie Carter appears to be non-existent. And also too, when I was here earlier just meditating, my neck cracked. So I'm hoping that she's okay and that she's still with us, because my neck cracked. Okay? Now, it's about to get deep. It's about to get deep because I want to let you guys know, when did Allie Carter start speaking out? So I really want you guys to answer this in the comments, because something ain't sitting right with this whole Diddy case. It appears that Allie Carter showed up on the scene right when we were talking about Diddy's going to be going down. And we've been talking about this on this channel, and other people have been talking about it well before the lawsuit was filed. This was a few years ago. This has been in circulation. When did Allie Carter pop up? Now, I don't keep up with her and I don't know, but it appears that she popped up around the same time that a lot of truths were coming out about Diddy, about, you know, Kim Porter, about Kathy White, about Jay-Z, about Beyonce, about, you know, all of the other people, right, that have been involved in these, so to speak, freak-offs, right? This is when she showed up on the scene. Stay with me. This is when she showed up on the scene. And with all of the information that was coming out, this energy now it was taking steam, and then we got something, you know, that turned into something almost larger than life, where I feel that they had to address it. I feel that someone had to get the snowball. All of this energy was just being accumulated. who's going to take the fall for this? Because there's a lot out there. And so now we get this stuck to Diddy, because remember, there's two Seans, Sean Carter, which Allie's last name is Carter, by the way, which is very interesting and auspicious, right? We'll get to that. Who's going to take the snowball of the energy? It wasn't going to be Jay-Z or Beyonce. So naturally, it had to be Diddy. Because remember, the queen bee, the beehive, bzz, basically got everyone stuck to the honeycomb. So what it is the beehive, and whatever it is that bee and Sean Carter. Is it Sean Carter? What's the other guy's name? What's Jay-Z's name? Jay-Z. Whatever Bay, Beyonce, and Mr. Carter had going on, remember, what they had going on, the energy went and it basically overlaid itself on top of P. Diddy, because what P. Diddy didn't understand is that all of the stuff that he was a part of, yes, but all of the things that even they were a part of, Bay and Jay were a part of, they were smart. They were energetically sticking that stuff over to him. This is why the whole beehive thing was created. It was all energy, basically telling you that, you know, all this stuff is about to get stuck into the honeycomb. And then with the bees, when they make honey, what happens when they make too much honey and the honey is ready to be what? Harvested. This is where we are. And now we are essentially just harvesting that. So essentially, they are pulling out those honeycombs and getting all of the sap, all of the honey. But the person who pollinated or who had the army was the bee and the beehive and their constituents and associates. So what I'm saying is, remember I kept saying, why is there only one person on trial? It doesn't make sense when clearly it's like 95% of Hollywood up in this. Why is there only one person on trial? And why did Allie Carter come out just to create a steam ball, just to create this energy? And coincidentally enough, the same thing that the Carters were doing to stick whatever this side of Hollywood was doing onto Diddy was the fall guy. And now Allie Carter, where is she? Because isn't this the moment where you're supposed to be subpoenaed to testify? Was this not the whole purpose of you coming out? Was it not? This is the questions that I'm posing, because remember, your mother ain't your mother, your friend ain't your friend, and your lover ain't your lover. We are all recycled, and it's only light and dark up in here. And you don't know who someone used to be in a past life or who someone truly is now. You just truly don't know. So all that I'm saying is, I wanted to set that up. Now I'm going to tell you some things that I was channeling for Allie. But before I do that, I want to point something out to you. Allie's name starts with an A. Beyonce name starts with the B. Carter is a C. And Diddy is a D. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. What does that sound like? I'm going to tell you what it sounds like. To me, doesn't that sound like Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C, Exhibit D, evidence? Does it not sound like evidence? We could also take this one step further. A, B, C. Easy as 1, 2, 3. I keep telling y'all, sorry. Mike just keep popping up. Because remember, the Michael Jackson was the prototype and the subliminals that they are using underneath all of these tracks to get people attached to the honeycomb, which is just the cesspool of lower field energy, not just from Hollywood, but from the entire world. So that's just one thing, but also too, when we think about A, B, C, D, don't you think about a child? Don't you think about something that's elementary? Don't you think about a child learning how to talk for the very first time? See, this is how deep we got to go into this stuff. But the truth is always hidden in plain sight, guys. The truth is always and will always forever be hidden right in plain sight. We are in the age of exposure. They have to tell you what's going on. So in one way, we have to play devil's advocate. In one way, Allie satisfies that. She satisfies the time that we're in, where every dark deed must come to the light. She satisfies that. And coincidentally, after that's been satisfied, where is she? Is she an op or is she a smoking gun witness? This is what I'm saying. It's possible to be both. It's possible to be playing both sides, is all I'm saying. So this is what we're going to build off on because, to me, she's very much enmeshed in this. Now, is she enmeshed as a victim, or is she enmeshed as part of the plan? Because where is Allie Carter right now? Where is she? Well, like I said, I see her tucked away in a corner. Is she there to be a smoking gun witness? Is she being safeguarded for the future? I just heard that. Yes. But being safeguarded by who and for what purpose? Okay. Now, I want to point something out to you guys. When I was channeling her energy, and by the way, and to be honest with you, these energies before I came on here were very strong. But now when I tap, they're hiding. Both of them are hiding, Diddy and Allie. But Allie's energy could not hide as well as Diddy's energy. It wasn't like it's hiding. It's almost like, see, the thing about energy is, guys, you have to get permission to talk to someone or to tap in. You can't just go and start tapping in. If somebody's doing that, that's unlawful. You have to get permission, right? And so Allie is, she is given permission. Although her voice is small, she's still popping out like it's okay. Well, let me tell you something. Remember Fire Marshal Bill? Okay, it's about to get deep. It's about to get deep. Let me tell you something. I was sitting here and all of a sudden I heard the word what is it? Goodness. Vigilante. Somebody pronounce that for me, but I heard this word. Hold on, and I'm gonna pull that up, what that means. Hold on. Vigilante, something like that. Vigilante. I heard vigilante. And a vigilante, a person who takes it upon themselves to enforce the law or punish criminals, often without any legal authority or official mandate. Vigilante. A person who takes it upon themselves to enforce the law or punish criminals, often without any legal authority or official mandate. Okay. That's the first thing I heard. And this is kind of, to me, what I'm seeing with this, channeling this may be what happened to Allie. Why she's being safeguarded for the future. Why is she at a low frequency right now? Someone's at a low frequency this low. You can equate that somebody to be almost near a death state, is what I'm saying. Her frequency is all the way at the end of this, at the end, it's very low. It's almost the frequency of a person that's not coherent. That's what I said. I heard my neck cracked when I was here before. So I hope she's okay because of the frequency is all the way bottomed out. That's what I'm saying. So this vigilante could be Diddy's camp taking it upon themselves to basically be the law. That's the first thing. Now, I want to point something else out to you. When I was tapping into her energy, I heard superintendent. I heard the word superintendent and I looked it up. What is superintendent? Superintendent, a person in charge, a supervisor, or an executive. They can be in charge of various departments, institutions, or even buildings, like a building superintendent. You guys know a superintendent of a building who watches everything. They watch who comes in and who comes out. They also have access to the surveillance cameras. So this does make a lot of sense. This was channeled for her because she watched a lot, because she was in this. That's what she said. And we all believed in everything she's saying. I honestly, I couldn't find flaws in it. But what I'm saying is this word, and it's about to get deep because it has another meaning. Superintendent. So this is someone in charge, guys. A supervisor, an executive, a superintendent of a building who sees what goes in and what comes out. And it says in the context of education, a school superintendent is a chief executive officer of a school district responsible for overseeing all aspects of the operation. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Just as much as she's a victim, she's also a superintendent, because source just ain't never lied. She's also a superintendent. Now, question is she a superintendent much like Cassie was? If you think about Cassie, all the stuff that's come out, Cassie was part victim and part compliant, but she was only compliant because what? She was scared, because he was holding her career over her head. But at the same time, she also partook in some of the behaviors that Diddy's on trial for. We have to keep that real. But we know why she did it, because she feared for her life. But nevertheless, she was also victim and also part of the system. Superintendent. That's what I'm saying. This is what source is saying about Miss Allie Carter. Part victim, part of the system, an executive officer of this. Okay, this is just what source is saying. Now, it's very possible that she had been there so long and they had, see, this is what they do. They divide and conquer. So I don't even have to read this. This is just right now common sense. This is just consciousness. See, they have to divide and conquer. So as I see Allie Carter right now in the underground, I spoke about this years ago, the hybrid children of the Hollywood system. This is very much what's going on, guys. It's a school down there. When they take people in these tunnels, they still functioning like life. They don't know. They don't know that we up here on the surface are living different. So what I'm saying too, not only was I channeling all of this, I was channeling Alley Cat for her. An alley cat is what? A stray cat, a cat that will never ever be able to be socialized in normal society. They are a stray cat and they will act as such. And I'm so sorry if this is coming out, because my heart goes out to Allie, but I'm trying to get to what source is leading me to. So let's hold some space for her healing, and I hope that she is okay. But in truth, this is truly just what source is saying. So when you are a stray cat, when you are an alley cat, you're used to fighting for your food. You're used to fighting other cats. You a rough rider, right? If you are trying to be socialized. But if you are around an environment where other alley cats are, and you see that big steak, that big piece of chicken, and all you got to do is X, Y, and Z and keep the other alley cats lower than you. And you could be the one in charge of how much meat you get and how little meat the other people get, or how much meat. And it doesn't mean it in a bad way, because this could put her, she could have put herself in a higher rank, or I think just time in the system made her rank higher. So in one way, I feel as if it was good for new people coming in, because I feel that Allie being in that position provided a certain level of protection for some of those people, some of those children, I will say. But at the same time, because she is ranked high, if she wanted to have more food one day or to escape a beating another day, she could easily throw someone else under the bus to escape that punishment. Because after all, we have to keep divide and conquer system going on, because this is how it's done here, and this is how it's always been done, and it's always worked. So why would it not work under there? There has to be a hierarchy and a difference. This is what keeps people penned against each other. If everyone was on the same level, everyone would 100% be trying to get out together. But to keep people as part of the system, but to also make them a victim when they don't comply with the system that you have basically made them an executive of, a superintendent of. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So now, that's what I heard. So make no mistake about it, even though Allie Carter came out here to basically just comply with Matrix code, the Matrix code in this age of Aquarius says you have to tell us what's going on. All things must be revealed. Anything done in the dark shall come to the light. And they have to tell you what they're doing without telling you. So in one way, she satisfied that. But now that you would think you spent all these years talking about this, building the case of public opinion, but now where did you go? So I see where she is, and she is being safeguarded for the future. Now the question is, for the future what? Life? Because her frequency is all the way low. Is she still present here? Is she being safeguarded for another life? Or is she just in a sedated, kind of very weak state and being safeguarded for the real case, which truly, guys, the real case is not anywhere near Diddy. The real case is about the politicians involved. You got the Obamas, right? This is what I'm truly seeing. If she is being safeguarded, she could be being safeguarded, but at the same time, she could also be safeguarded and a victim at the same time. So what I'm saying, she's both. She's both. She's both. She's both. Now, superintendent. Superintendent, what are the roles of a superintendent? To administer the contract and ensure the contractual obligations are performed. So on one end, she is to administer, she's to make sure the contracts. See, these people take contracts. Now, whether that is a soul contract or if it is literally these people being passed around on contract, which I think it's that, which I do think that it is that. And part of how these people or children get on contract is it's through manipulation and lies of, see, when I tell you, you can't take anything from the matrix because the matrix will want everything in return. This is why when I left, producing at Judge Judy, I left the whole thing. You can't take anything from the matrix because the matrix will want everything back. Remember Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when Charlie was at the candy factory, and then all he took was like a little piece of candy, and then I think he put it back. I don't know. I haven't watched it in years, but I think of some sort like he put it back or something, and then he gained everything. This is what it is. You can't take any bit. So it's a trick, Allie. I wanted to let you know what the system that you've been born into or bred into, coerced into, is a trick. Because if you take any nibble, then you have to give the whole thing back. You have to, they take everything back. You have to give everything back. So what this means is when I see the superintendent role being both victim and the executor and the administrator and the person who watches what goes in and goes out, you can't play both sides, even though she may have played both sides for her own safety. But see, we're dealing in a system that is sadistic. And that's another thing that I heard. This is sadistic. And I think this is Diddy's energy. But remember, Diddy's only the fall guy. The sadistic is the whole thing. The whole thing. So all of that steam ball that was going from the Bays and the Carters and all of that, in which basically they're only a representation of Hollywood, the generations of Hollywood that have come before. Remember, there's no new people. Bruno Mars is James Brown. And, like all of these people are recycled. They have an essence. I tell you, they take them in the underworld and they tinker around. And then this is how your new celebrities will have the essence of some of the other celebrities. It's not just that they've been watching them and practicing, but this is what I am saying. Some of these are made in a candy factory. That's what I'm saying. They're scrap pieces of old stars. I've been saying this. So what I'm saying is this. What Miss Allie Carter needs to understand, baby girl, what you must understand is, I know that you had to do a lot of things because you were afraid, much like Cassie. But see, Cassie also what? She took the trinkets. She took the money, the bags, the this, the that, the lifestyle. And she even wanted to take it from Kim Porter. She was very much aware that Diddy was with Kim and that they had a family, but that didn't stop her from wanting what she wanted. It's just like being in the candy factory. That's what Hollywood is. They show you everything you can have. You can't go to the outside store and get those types of candies that were available in this elite place. But the trick was, can you be in this fantasy candy store and not touch anything? If you can be in this world where anything could happen, all your dreams can come true. But if you can be there and even see other people partake in it, but if you can reject it, this is how you actually gain access to it in the real world, which is truly your spirit consciousness. That's your real world. So that is what I'm saying. So this is what is going on with Allie and with Cassie, because they took the little bubblegum here and there and ate it. Then now when the devil comes to collect, wants all of you, because you have part of it inside of you. And until you purge out every bit of what you took and give back the money, Cassie, give back the bags and the accolades. That's what I'm saying. Until you give it back, you will be tormented by the devil demon seed. When Charlie gave that candy back, I'm not sure if that's what's happened, but I'm just making a correlation. I haven't watched this movie since I was a kid. But then he gained access to something. You have to be upright. And that's why, when I come here, I do what I do. And it's like, on one end, that's what I'm saying, is like has to be a level of integrity. And even if people say what you're doing, or it's, I don't know how to explain it, but this is what I'm saying. And I know it may seem stupid to give it back. I know that seems dumb. Why would she give the money back? She earned it. Why would you give the status back? And in terms of Allie, why would she give this superintendent role back? Because now she's going to be at the bottom of the barrel and she will only be victim, no longer having a superior role from time to time. But that's the trick on getting out of it. You have to give it all back. That's when you truly gain from source. So the money that she's gotten is still the demon seed inside of her. She will never escape this until she gives it all back. And I know that sounds stupid. I know it sounds stupid, but I'm telling you what I know. I work with these energies every day, and I am telling you, you cannot hold any bit of the dark seed essence, because you are now back in a contract with it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But the vigilante, this is Diddy's camp that has taken the law within their hand. And this could be bigger, because to me, honestly, the freaking politicians keep showing up in my mind. So what I'm saying is, this is bigger. Diddy is only the distraction. He's always been the distraction. You know, I've been saying this for years. It's always been other people. Why is he the only person on trial when he's just the honeycomb that they are sticking the crimes to? Allie Carter supported this, is what I'm saying. She was a superintendent. She was to come out and play a role to create the energy and lights on him. He's the bad guy. He's the only one in Hollywood and in hip hop that's doing this. It's him. It's not the Clyde Davises of the world. It's not the huge Hollywood studios. It's not the underground system that's doing the remix of shuffle and scrapping together celebrity stars down there. It ain't any of them. Allie Carter was allowed to come in here and speak and get everyone's eyes on Diddy, is what I am saying. So that was the superintendent part, but she's also a victim. She's also a victim, much like Cassie. It's better to have some bit of status in the oppressive system that you're in than to have none at all. But sources say no. When you give it all back and it appears that you have crumbled to your knees, that is when I will take over and lift you up, dust you off, purify you. This is when you will truly be set apart and protected, not just in this lifetime, but when you have any bit of the seed, you are carrying the contract. This is the karmic contract. I'm sorry to say, Cassie's still in it. Allie, you're still in the karmic contract. You're still in it. You have to give it all back. That's what the point I was trying to make about me working in Hollywood. You have to give it all back. Not only do you have to give it all back, you have to tell them why. It's a declaration. You have to rebuke. When I left Judge Judy, I rebuked them. I left an email to every single person and told them what we are doing is wrong. This is not godlike. I don't care how much money we're making. I don't care. We are bringing people from middle America, people preying on the fact they've never been on an airplane, giving them, a little bit of money to spend around city, taking them to Hollywood. No, it's wrong. And I gave it all back. The cars, I gave it all back. And you will fall when that happens. But what you gain back is sovereignty. and freedom. Pulling it up, plucking it up by the root. This is how we get rid of the karmic contracts and the soul contracts, the akashic contracts, the ancestral contracts. You must give it all back. You gotta be willing to go to nothing. That's what I'm saying. This is the point that I'm trying to make with this thing. This is the point. Not all money is good money, Buffalo Wild Wings. Yes, not all money is good money. It's not. And I'm learning that too. There's not all clients is, whoo, baby, shoot, Lord. So this is what's going on with Miss Allie Carter. So she is being hidden. She is being beaten. She is at a low frequency. She is sedated. I don't. This is what I'm saying. She's so low in frequency. It feels as if she's either in a coma or just being put to sleep for a purpose and for a time. Is she now? Now we're going to see, because this part, to be honest, I don't know. Are they saving her to be the smoking gun at the end of this? At the end of this thing? It's a possibility. But the thing about Allie Carter taking the stand, it ain't just about Diddy. See, this is where it gets tricky. If Allie Carter takes the stand, the whole place blows up. The whole spot blows up. Is it possible there could be like objection? You know, you can't talk about politicians. You can't talk about other high level, you know, people in the industry. Possibly. But I mean, this is a beyond a witness. This is a co-conspirator. Not because I don't think she wanted to be a superintendent. Because when you are Alley Cat, you will scrap for your food, and they know it. And they know it. And they know it. This is sadistic. This whole agenda, this whole everything going on is sadistic, is what sources say. Deriving from pleasure of inflicting pain, suffering, humiliation on others. I don't know what Diddy did. I mean, we know what he did, but I'm saying, what did he do to the people in the industry to throw him under the bus? Well, what have I always told you guys? It will be those 7 deadly sins that will take you out. It's all energies that take you out because you have to invite them in. His greed, his ego. That is what he started taking the matrix tool, not tools, but trinkets. Clyde Davis, hey, be my little sugar boy. And here, take this company. Here's your company. Look. You think it's innocent at first because they play off of your traumas. Like I said, I always see Diddy when I channel Diddy, it's quite sad. I'm quite saddened because anytime I truly tap into Diddy, it's not what all of this, it's that little 5-year-old boy scared sitting in a corner. And it is the energy of his father's line that has gotten him stuck in this situation. At what point do we not hold the whole nest on trial? It's like people can't just be out here creating broken children and then expect for the broken child that would never, don't even know how to put themselves back together, for the broken child to go out here and be anything less than broken in society. This is who I truly see, even though he's sadistic. Because when you take even a piece of bubblegum from the devil, from the beast system, it embodies you. And then you make yourself a vessel for the dark Lord to do its dark things. And that's very much how Diddy was not only inhabited, because remember, I said for a long time, he hosted a beast inside of his body. And this beast is like a beast that has been alive and moving throughout the dimensions of time for at least 15 million years. So we already spoke about that. So it's much bigger. So what we're seeing here play out, guys, we have been chasing these energies throughout time periods. There has been contracts on these beings, contracts that need to be fulfilled and dismantled and dissolved. Some of us are trying to fulfill the contract. Some people like me are trying to get it dissolved. This is what you see on trial. This thing is not only as Allie is snowballing the energy to get Diddy on trial because he's the fall guy for everything, but his greed let him be in that position, and his traumas, his ancestral traumas, created the need for the greed so that he would never lack, but it's in source that we never lack truly. But he was never taught that, right? It's a lot, y'all. So we got A, B, C, D. Allie, A. Beyonce, B. Carter, C. Diddy, D. All evidence. That's what I'm saying. One person on trial, but we got a bunch of evidence here. Where's Allie? Where's Beyonce? Where's Sean Carter? Jay-Z? And this is what I'm saying. There's a lot of evidence missing. Where's A, B, Exhibit A, Exhibit B, and Exhibit C? Where are these people at? So on one end, we got Jay-Z and Beyonce withdraw their energy. But they were the ones, you have to understand, this couple here were created for the face of the Hollywood evil elites to do their bidding. That's why I said evil is always up front on stage. Always. And you're basically sitting there like, oh my God, how wonderful. Evil is always, will always be presented as good, as sugar, as sweet. That's what I'm saying. This couple was created as a shield, a Hollywood shield. All of the people behind Jay-Z and Beyonce is all of the true people that is actually has done what Diddy is in the hot seat for. That's who he's working for. So Beyonce and Jay-Z withdrawing their energy is Hollywood. It's the true people who actually have started this whole thing. And it's deep. So all the elites from all over the world, right? All in the highest positions. They withdraw their energy. We bring out a few people like Allie, and then it makes it comfortable for other people to come out. They know how the game goes. And then that snowball's happening, that's building, and just everything's just going towards P. Diddy, which was always the honeycomb that would need to, at some point we would need to take out the honeycomb so we can get the honey out. He was, remember, there are some people that are the wheat. No, yes, and some people that are the shaft. P. Diddy was the shaft always. He got trinkets. He was in the candy factory, eating and filling up and getting full, but he was always the shaft. The shaft is only with the wheat until the wheat is harvested, and then the shaft now gets disposed of, thrown away, or thrown under the bus, as we see in this situation, because he's the only one on trial, but we're still missing A, B, C. We only have D, Diddy. Still missing lots of evidence, is what I'm saying. But it's all sadistic, and it's all not even, where's all this coming from? It's coming from the alleys, the back ways, the tunnels. Like, there's a whole nother world down there. This is a sadistic world, but it's also too, these children that are there, it's a school. And also too, when we think about a school, somebody has to be the superintendent. This is what I'm saying, is who Allie was, or is, still is, but I really hope she's okay. I do. I do. And how they're able to get these people and these babies is because of the traumas because of the homes, the broken homes. And I don't mean just not having a father in the home or a mother. I mean the brokenness within the heart space, the brokenness within their own code. This is how they're able to get people. And once you take any bit of anything, it allows the Dark Lord to operate through you, is what I'm saying. And then you now are part of a system that you are a victim, but now you have to live within it, and you have to go to, you have to be at the top of the hierarchy of the victims. That's what I'm saying. Superintendent. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Underbelly of society. Yes, absolutely. This is what is going on, and this is what has always been going on. And we have a very unique opportunity that we can call BS on this. That's the thing. We've been getting tricked and bamboozled for so long. We have to demand for her. If all of those YouTubers are up in that courthouse and they're outside, why are they not demanding for the smoking gun? Maybe she's coming. Maybe she is. But from what I'm looking at, her frequency is in almost a death state. I'm not saying that she is, but she's really tucked away. I mean, hidden. You won't find her. You won't. Taken. Safeguard it for the future. But it's rather convenient that the smoking gun is now missing, right? But I digress. But like I said, that takes down everything. Like, I mean, it takes down whole economies and everything. I mean, I get that. All witnesses probably, are not. See, that's the thing. When we want justice, we don't realize all witnesses are not good witnesses. Even though she's a witness, I could take it down, but it would also take you down, because it would pretty much take economies down, whole governments, like everybody would be exposed. Like that would be the end of the matrix for real, for real. Hidden in plain sight, hoodwinked. Yes, that's what I'm saying. This is what I am saying. Like I said, your mama ain't your mama. Your sister ain't your sister. It's only two forces of good versus evil. That's it. So we got to start looking at people as forces. And if you take and nibble off of the chocolates from these sadistic systems, then you are susceptible for the dark seed vibration, for the Dark Lord to hibernate inside of you and create a hybrid. That's what I'm saying. This is where we are. When we reject their system totally, that's what earns you the right to have source. You think you're going to get source without showing any loyalty? Really? You think that? You think you're going to take from here the Dark Lord and the dark seed and nibble, nibble, nibble? And then you're going to have source 2 on your payroll? This is why people's manifestations, by the way, ain't coming through. Not to say that evil people can't manifest, because they can, but the thing is, they're bought and sold out with on the other side. They got a whole nother God and source that they pray to. You're trying to dibble dabble in light and dark. Those two things don't work. They don't work. They don't work. So let me see what other message I can give. Okay, this is very interesting. Kind of the same thing popped up when I was channeling Kathy White. She shows me a big rock. You know, Kathy White, it showed me she was basically a big rock fell on her, which you think about rock, we think about Jay-Z, Rock Nation, right? This is also too kind of what Allie shows me, the rock hidden behind the rock. So I don't know if Rock Nation is paying off people, if Rock Nation is part of the vigilante. Is it Diddy's camp, or is it Rock Nation that is taking the law in their own hands? But she shows me the rock. And then I get like in the pit of my stomach energy down there. So it's giving very much sacral chakra energy, just being drained. You know, this is creativity, right? This is passion. This is where, you know, these people, you know, this is what they siphon all the time to keep creating. It's that sacral chakra. And in and this is collective, guys. This won't be, this is bigger than what you think. Because like I said, we've been chasing this energy that was part of Diddy, but remember I said the beast exited his body because the beast was fully grown. This is the same beast it's been over 15 million years that this thing, as of Allie was snowballing the energy to get Diddy on trial, the snowball has been coming down through the dimensions and through the timelines, and now has met. That beast was now fully grown and now has exited Diddy's body. This is why also too Diddy's whatever sort of thing he was doing for spiritual protection has been lost, because I do think he was doing some sort of, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can call it witchcraft, or I could call it, you know, um, different forms of spirituality, which kind of like are more dark, but that's not working because that dark lord exited his body, right? And now Diddy is just basically a carcass, and he's lost his spiritual protection, but it was dark spiritual protection. But what I'm telling you is this is the same energy we've been fighting, guys. You have to know that the forces don't care about the timelines. This is who's truly supposed to be on trial, is this force. And because the force is no longer in Diddy's body, I keep saying the same thing. We got the wrong guy on trial. Because this is bigger than just these little pocketed crimes. And, you know, this is much, much bigger, because in truth, I don't even see any sort of like evidence to put him away for life yet. That hasn't even come out. And we know that there is that, but where is it? So this is what I'm saying. The thing that's supposed to be on trial ain't even there. So it's like, what is this for? This is just a distraction. All the evidence is missing. Exhibit A, B, C, and D. Guess what I'm saying? Like, what are we even doing here? What are we doing if we don't even truly have the beast that we've been fighting for over 15 million years? If he's exited and now Diddy's just the carcass, and then we got Beyonce and Jay-Z, the front man for all the other elites, to sling their dirt and sadistic acts onto the honeycomb, and now we got the honeycomb taken out, and the honey, the sweet nectar, the sacral chakra energy that they've been siphoning from people, not just their artists that signs to these companies, but also to the people who show up to the concerts and buy the music. That is what truly has been siphoned, humanity's potentiality and creativity. And then they cycle back and spit back to us a false form of it. But there is no source in it. And this is how you become a shell of yourself. And this is how you don't reach your full potential, because your full potential has been slowly siphoned out of you since you came up in this matrix. And they use the celebrities to do it. They use the energy transfers to do it. The outside praise and worship to these things to do it. That's what they use. And now the carcass is on trial, but the beast that we've been fighting for 15 million years is out. So it makes no point for Diddy to be on trial. If the thing that we're truly fighting, that has been siphoning and stealing out of us, is no longer inside of him. Exhibit A, B, C, and D is missing. So what is the purpose? Somebody please tell me, what's the purpose of this trial? What is it? I'm losing it. Unless they bring the smoking gun out, then why are we here? Why is all of YouTube there reporting if we don't even have the right people on trial? Do you see what I'm saying? And when I'm over here still fighting the original infliction, that's where I am. They got every single person hoodwinked. Diddy ain't on trial. The real people are not on trial. Who is on trial? Who? I'm seriously asking, who? Who? I don't want to hear about P. Diddy's itty bitty whatever. Who wants to hear about why? 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 Why is that news? Why is that relevant? Why is that even part to come out? Like, this whole thing doesn't make sense. Who is on trial? That's what I want to know. Who's on trial? Who's behind the trial? Who's behind it? Something ain't right. Miss Shimesh says, I always thought, what am I doing here on earth? Now I understand. I am a fighter and a bridge builder for humanity to drop duality and join Christ consciousness as one. Boom. Yes, this is the purpose. This duality is not a destination. Humanity is not a destination. Neutrality is not a destination. And I'm sorry, I have to say it because I've found people cloaking in neutrality. No, you need to pick a side. I need to be sure of who you are. Don't just tell me you're neutral. These are tricks. These are not destinations. These are things we pass through to learn certain lessons to come back into oneness. There's a difference between being balanced, whole, and being neutral. Being neutral is still living out of duality. You just decided to be dormant in your decision making. You basically 50 shades of gray. You basically still lukewarm. If you in neutrality, you are lukewarm. It's a lie to spit you out and keep you part of the system. If you don't give everything back, then you are superintendent. And when I mean give everything back, even if it means giving even the breath back, you have to know that when you give it all back, this is only when you can petition for source to come in. It's entertainment for those who will watch blindly. Yes. And there you go, to bind. This is a binding spell, what they're doing to humanity. Thank you. They want to bind us because they know we're free. Guys, we are free. Someone say we're free. We finally figured their game out. But if they can get you on trial, that's who's on trial. It's us. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Who's on trial? They got us on trial because Diddy ain't there. The beast that we've been chasing for 15 million years ain't there no more. Diddy ain't there. Beyonce ain't there. The Carter's not there. Allie ain't there. Exhibit A, B, C, and D ain't there. The only people that's there now are the people who want tea time. All of this like tea celebrity sipping tea and all of that. I understand that it's good. It's entertaining. I like that from time to time, but when it's time for serious work, we can't be sipping tea. And that's why everyone's there. They're just there for tea time, but no one's there to truly, truly take ourselves back from the snare. This is what I'm saying. We are on trial versus the snare of the sadistic drum. They've been using their false vibration for centuries to trap us. The whole Hollywood beast system was built to trap us in the illusion and in the snare of the drum. This is why Hollywood, the Cosmic Bible talks about this. The 808 drum is a snare. And so now what's on trial is truly, it's just either your consciousness or your inability to rise to divine consciousness. Who's going to win? It's either we are going to get our sovereignty back, go into full consciousness, have that Kundalini awakening. Because what's truly happening, guys, is because humanity has been going through the Kundalini awakening. It's where the energy, the dualistic energy of the masculine and feminine. This is why Diddy is like a part-time gay man. This is all representing the Kundalini. It's all representing, if you scale it back, this is about the duality of the feminine and the masculine. When this energy rises up from the base of the spine, from the 33 vertebrae, and then it hits what the pineal gland here, this is when now you are activated and you are activated into the Christ sphere. This is how you have balance. So if it's so hard for you to balance, it could be because you are still going through a Kundalini, a merger or integration between the two energies within yourself. This is where we are. Because remember, the divine daughter, the Christ daughter is about to be birthed. So if we can't even get our Kundalini to rise up, we can't activate the divine daughter because it's here. It's after you it's after you come into this gnosis. When that Kundalini rises, now the gnosis activates. And as of the last time we did this collective Kundalini, we activated the Christ Son. As of this time, when we do this collective Kundalini, we activate the Christ daughter. And now when you know both sides of the coin, now that's when it's balanced. When you haven't chosen a side, possibly because you're either on the fence or you don't even know the other side. You were still in neutrality. If you're still in neutrality, you're going to be here, back here on the earth, because we are to transcend this thing, this duality game, and bring it back, not just to balance, but back to wholeness, oneness, living in the singularity. We are God, we are sovereign, we are free. Yes, we are. This is what they want. But look, we got people who just want tea time. That's who's on trial. It's humanity's lower and higher self. It's the right brain, left brain. Are you going to integrate this? And all of the courts is about that too. Oh, you got the logic, you got the analytics, you got the evidence, you got this and that. Oh, and then you got the ones that seek, from the spirit realm to seek what's happening. It's all just division. Diddy's not on trial. If we don't get the smoking gun, freaking subpoenaed, he's not on trial. That's all I'm saying. Like, where's all of the crimes? Like, where is what he did to Kim? Like, where is like what happened with Biggie? Like, where are these people? A few days ago, I woke up and I was singing that song uh, from Biggie when Biggie passed away. Remember when Faith Evans and Diddy did that song, I'll Be Missing You? Every step I take, every move. That's the old song, but it goes something like that. I know it was like an older song and they changed up the words a little bit. And it was very much just, a song about really death, but also too reminded me of Biggie because it was written for Biggie. So I don't know if something like that will come up and put this thing back on a true trial. But as of right now, Diddy's not on trial because all we're doing is getting tea. All we're doing is sipping tea. Like, this truly shows just how like low field, like low vibrational humanity or Americans are. That we not, if this was in another country, these people would be protesting and demand for real evidence. We wouldn't be talking about his itty bitty whatever. That wouldn't even be a thing. Like, it's just nonsense. This is still part of the Hollywood show. Because believe it or not, probably the juries and the judges and all of the rest have what? Nibbled in the candy factory. That's what I'm saying. And now are all superintendents. It's all alleged now, girl. But who knows? We could get the smoking gun out here. Maybe possibly, maybe they're saving her for the end. Maybe the Biggie thing's coming up. These are all things I see in the energy field, but if they don't bring it out, then we know that this is a farce. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, is because it's everyone that's in on it. And our consciousness has to rise. See, here's the trick, guys. Here's a trick. Here's how you get out of the trick bag. You simply turn off the station. Turn off the music. Turn it off. You are here because right now, in this moment of reflection, in this time period, in this moment, we are going through the most massive shift, massive awakening that has ever happened. And look what we are swimming in. A sea of nonsense. This is all nonsense. Only thing that matters right now is you giving back any trinket back to the Dark Lord. Anything that you've taken from it, any trinkets it's giving you, any candy, give it back. Because you are about to supernova. I'm telling you, the energies are here to support this awakening. Finish the mission. The mission is for a collective, for us to rise as one. It's the collective Kundalini. This is just here to what? Keep us back in the sacral, in the wounded sacral, siphoning our potentiality. So we don't reach what? The solar plexus, which is the Christ light and energy. That is what this is for. It's just a huge distraction to keep you in the lower vibration so that you don't get the true fulfillment of source. You do not get the full sovereignty. You do not get yourself back out of bondage from all of these years and lifetimes. That's the trick. It is you that's on trial. Lower self from higher self. What's it going to be? What is it going to be? Miss Sonia says, as Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage, and all the men and women are merely players. Facts. There it is, guys. I think that sums it up. Thank you, Miss Sonia. This is all a stage. And everyone you see there is a player. And Miss Allie Carter, Spirit said, you are a superintendent, but you're also a victim. And we need to pray. And we need to pray for her. But in truth, you and Cassie will never be free until you give it all back. Give it all back. This is when source will lift you up so high, you won't even understand what has happened. I am telling you. Miss Shimesh says, I nullify, I rebuke this insanity. She says, when I start to fall asleep, I often jump or jerk. Where am I going? You're going into another frequency or vibration. If you jerk, you're going into a frequency level that you're not used to. You're not calibrated to that frequency. It could be as simple as that, or what you are seeing in this hypnagogic state that you're passing through is not of a high vibration, a high frequency. Okay, this is what's going on. And so you want to do some prayers and meditate right before you can rewrite that script. Because what's happening is, see, guys, the beast is very crafty. It knows you more than you know yourself. It knows your traumas, and this is what it attaches to. It knows that you are, in a way, either frightened or there's something going on when you fall asleep. This could be a trauma or something that happened to you when you were younger, but nevertheless, it knows where to enter. Okay. And so you have to beat it to it. So you want to start to play that high vibrational music at night, the high frequency. You want to use some sound bows, start doing some vibrational healing, start speaking life, covering yourself when you go to bed. Even go too far as to imagine what you will be seeing in your dream. So you are leaving no room for these thoughts or for the lower vibration, because you have gone in and implanted the higher vibration. You are the coder. We are the coder. We are sovereign. The enemy does not get to take up space in our lives, not in our mind, not in our soul, not in our consciousness. We cut it off. We have the ability to cut these things off. When you speak it, you stand in your full authority. This is what dismantles and breaks their system. It crumbles it, because remember, you have to agree to it. And that's what's going on with Allie, and I'm even hearing Beyonce too, guys. See, also too, what I said this a few years ago, Beyonce is under mind control by Mr. Carter. She's inside of her own bubble of like separate consciousness. Well, she has her consciousness intact, or the thing that's inside of her, the entity. But what I'm saying is the puppeteer, she's being puppeteered by her handler. She's also suffers financial abuse from Jay-Z. I've seen this years ago. Yes. This is how he keeps the control. If she want to give her people money, she has to ask him. It's all running through him. because of who he's working for. It's all what I'm saying. But it's time to take our power back. That's the whole point of this trial. They want to distract you, get your awakening, get your collective kundalini. We are rising up. So as the Cosmic Bible talks about, it is a collective clearing out of the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, there's a new frequency, is what the Cosmic Bible says. There's a new frequency that is coming online to clear out the collective sacral chakra. This is actually priming us to now go into, when we go through the soul isolation or the incubation from Father Source, we are getting new codes. We are getting upgraded right now. That's what they're trying to distract us from, the upgrades. So we're supposed to be getting the heightened frequency. They want to get you into fear. When you plug into fear, you get the lower vibration, you get the lower frequency. When you unplug from it, now all the upgrades that you are getting can now continue. It's like when you plug into fear, it interrupts. Like if you're doing an upload on your computer and then you start doing something else, it interrupts the upload. But once you stop doing that something else, the upload continues. This is the same thing, guys. We are getting upgraded in our consciousness. We are getting new technology for the heart. We are getting new immortal bodies. This is truly what is happening. This thing is more sci-fi than what you will ever imagine. This world is the pony show. Our true world is our dream state. When you lucid dream, you are operating consciously in the real world. Most people have never entered the real world. That's what I'm saying. And this is where we're going. We're going all the way to nirvana right now. They want to stop you from soul integration, from allowing that kundalini, which is all of that dormant energy, all of that consciousness, all of that vibration. It's the vibration of source down there. And when that thing explodes up, it not only neutralizes any dark seed or karmic contracts and loops, ancestral codes, it neutralizes it. It starts literally, it's like a magic thing just going through you, just cleansing, purifying, and pulling out any impurities from this lifetime or any other lifetimes. It is a total restoration of soul. And then when it goes up the 33 vertebrae, that is the death of the false world. And then that is when the Christ consciousness is activated at the third eye. Now that lucid dreaming state that you were finally in the real world, you're going to have that now in this everyday conscious state of awareness. You are going to be tapped into the real world. And this is why the separation of the two is truly happening, because most people will never live in the real world. This case is nothing more to keep us diluted in frequency. That's my take on it. I think that's all I really truly want to say today. I didn't mean to get on here and start teaching, but I'm a spiritual teacher, so I guess that was bound to happen. Clouds and bells going off in my heart. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, guys. That was deep. That was deep. Anything else we need to talk about? Anything else? This world is getting, well, I won't say this world, my world. My world is getting, it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting, guys, when you truly turn your eye on, when you turn this thing on, I am telling you, it's out of this world. What will start to happen? Like you'll never be broken again. You'll never be not able to see the truth again. And the people The people that know that you know, they seem to disappear because they know that you know. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. I love you guys. You enjoyed this? Awesome. Thank you so much, April. I enjoyed you guys being here too. I enjoyed you guys being here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there. We just want to disconnect from all energies, Ali's energy, everyone's spoken about in this session today. And I hope everything is well with everyone's soul. And I know that Source will do what Source needs to do for the collective. Disconnecting and clearing. And so it is. I love you guys. Guys, it's so weird. It's like I'm living a day before. It's like I know today's Saturday, but I'm already in Sunday. Like I'm already on a different day. So they're already okay. I already know what happened. Lord, lots going on. All right. I love how I can always reference like when work is done, I see what has happened. So this is really truly putting us back on another timeline. That's the thing. They steal timelines and time from us and all sorts of things, guys. All right. All right. All right. All right. I love you guys. I love you guys. The birds, the bees, and yes, all of the trees, they all love you too. Love is the way. Forgiveness, it is the key. And truth is the light that will always, always guide us home.